Hello, Internet, and welcome to another episode of Doskvol's Dead here on Game Nights. I am your host and your game master, Savvy, and we are here to play Blades in the Dark. But before we do that, I'll tell you a little bit about what we got going on the channel this week. Let me hit the thing. Boom. If you're live with us on Twitch, down below our faces, you can find our schedule for the week. We stream 6 days a week here, most weeks, so check us out. Pretty much every afternoon, every night, we're doing something. Our next live stream after this is going to be tomorrow night, with me still in the driver's seat for the Queer Chronicles of the Strixhaven Quartet. It's Dungeons & Dragons game set in Strixhaven that I run here on the channel, and a couple of these folks are in it because Sid is going to be back with us this week. And we're very excited to have the whole gang back together. That's at 8 o'clock p.m. Tomorrow. So join us for that. And then the rest of our schedule, obviously, you can find here on our Twitch page. You can also find pinned to our Discord and our show's channel. You can also find pinned to our Twitter. So check those out and follow us on Twitter. We tweet every time we go live. I don't have any announcements or anything today, so I'm gonna let my lovely friends here introduce themselves, tell you who they are, where you can find them on the internet, and who they are playing today, starting with Sid.
Hey, I am Christina Sid, and I have completely lost my voice, so bear with us today. You can find me on the Twitters at Greek Sid. My husband's coming in to steal Sour Patch Kids, because that's a thing. Hey. I am here now again, Thursday through Monday, because yeah, as Abby said, I'm back. Woohoo! For some And also on Thursdays, run our game of Monster of the Week, Elegant Creatures. It's, it's Smosh fucking and smooching. It's saving Turbo Teen and his merry band of boy. My husband is staring at me like he has no idea what the hell's coming out of my mouth. It's fair. Today, I'm playing Barbara, aka Bricks. She's the cutter of the group, but mostly she punches things. Cutter is a bit of a misnomer. Yeah.
It's a metaphor.
It's a metaphor, exactly.
What are fists but the knives of the body? Thanks, Sid. Next up is LB.
Hi, I'm LB Hackabup. You can find me at LB Hackabup on the Twitters and the Twitches. God, I don't know how to follow that. I am playing Jemma. She is the mouth of the group. She's the slide. And I'm the talker, so I guess if the fists are the knives of the body, I am the I can't. I don't know. Anyone?
What is the voice but the loudspeaker of the body? Thanks, LB. Next up is Alex.
Hello, I'm Alex, who was, as soon as we went live, started sneezing a whole bunch, so that's going to be fun. I'm Omen, some guy on the internet, usually here on this channel, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. If it's a Tuesday, I'm usually either running our Masks game, Squire Squad, or playing in our Stars Without Number game, Escape Velocity. This Tuesday would be a Squire Squad, but I'm going to be out of town, so LB is stepping up to the plate to run a special one-shot with the regular crew. I think they're going to be doing a part 2 of the one-shot we did 2 weeks ago. But I'm not there to run the show, so it's gonna be buck wild as they play in the world I have created for them. And then also Sunday evenings, so later tonight on LB's channel in the D&D over there. But for this game, I am playing Logan, aka Spice, who is the leech. He got big brain, SMRT, smort.
And what is the brain but the motherboard of the body? Thanks, Alex. Val, you're last.
Hi, I'm Val. This is a weird energy that we're starting with today.
It always is.
Yeah, you can find me at the Grounds Crown Twitter and Twitch. I am here also Thursdays and Mondays playing running games. I run our Parsons game called Ward 47 on Saturdays, which is our third installment of that. It's a game with cards and words and monsters and yeah. So come join us for that. There's been no romance yet in that game, so I couldn't do that yet. But I'm sure it's coming.
I'm working on it.
And dads, that we have plenty of dads. All the dads you might want in that game.
Such good dads.
Such good dads.
Dad energy is so good.
But yeah, you can join us for that on Saturdays at 5 o'clock Eastern time. And then I'm in other stuff, and I'm over on LB's channel tonight after this game. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Tonight I'm going to be playing Bron, aka Omen, who is the Hound.
Are you not even going to try to contribute?
I'm not going to try. I want to wait. I was just going to see what Savannah says.
What are guns except for something only people in fantasy worlds should be able to have? Here we go. Let's murder a bunch of people.
I'm so happy right now.
Does that work for you?
That works.
All right. We're playing Blades in the Dark today. And
but it's light.
Some places.
So I've been wanting to make that joke for it's a stupid joke, but I've been wanting to make it for weeks now.
I love it.
Do you feel better now that you've said it?
I do. We can start.
Okay. As long as everybody feels good about where we're at. I do. All right. So, we're going to pick back up pretty much where we left off. You guys are in the middle of gathering information and help for the turf war you're about to start. The gang right now, Bon Voyage, as they are so affectionately called. Man, it cracks me up every time I think about it. Are looking to expand. Last time, they got the whole gang on board and are setting out to take some turf from Crow's Foot, since they've already sown some discord by a few weeks ago, killing the leader of the Crows. And yeah, weakening them a bit. So they're gonna try to take some of it for themselves, and I love that for them. I also love it for me, because I don't have to do a lot of prep work, because I don't know what you assholes are gonna do. So yeah, last time, after getting everybody on board, Bron and Barbara went to a bar called the Talon in Crow's Foot, sat around for a while, tried to gather some information. Didn't exactly get what they were looking for due to some dice rolls, but got some information nonetheless, including that the bartender, Roscoe, is a big heavy hitter for one of the gangs in town. They spoke to a shitbag named Henner, who is in middle management and generally terrible, and then a couple of the boys that work for him, who let slip during a conversation that they all work for Bazo Baz, a name that's not super familiar to Bron and Barbara, but might be to others in the group. So we're going to pick back up with the other half of the team, Jemma and Logan. You guys were going to go try to get the red sashes on board with some part of this plan, since Jemma already has a little bit of an in with them, having worked successfully with them in the past. So we'll pick up with you guys. How do the two of you want to approach this?
That's a good question. Okay, we need to go talk to Marla. Who are we talking to? Right?
Mylera?
Oh, my Lyra. Yeah, I can read my own handwriting. That's the person I know. About that.
So did we have a means of contact other than the tattoo shop lady who like got beat up for you and was like, don't don't come to me again?
I saw her at the bar.
Briefly, yeah.
Yeah. The leaky bucket.
Yeah.
Nope. Yep.
That was one of them. There's a lot of bars.
Yep.
Yep.
Uh-huh. I guess, do you want to do it? I feel like she wouldn't want to involve Triss if she didn't have to, so probably go back to the bar where she saw my Lara first.
Okay. Yeah. And I guess at some point having the discussion of how sure are we that if we go to the Red Sessions like, hey, we're thinking of putting a move on the Crows, that they're not gonna go and warn the Crows
Because
like,
they're not working together at all, as far as I'm aware, right? They were rival gangs. Is that right, Abby?
Yeah, as far as you're aware.
yeah, so we just I guess have to make sure that they don't decide it's going to be more worth it to them to sell us out to the Crows than to actually help back our play.
Yeah,
How do you
it has been a while. You guys probably remember this, but I had to remind myself of this, that first job that you guys did, the Red Sashes got involved because they wanted Rorik's killing to be
Seemed like it
attributed
was
to
theirs.
them. Essentially, you guys left that red sash on his body.
Yep.
So it's a fair assumption that they're not the biggest fans.
Okay.
All right.
Jemma, you are the one with the prior contact with them, and generally better with the talking to people sort of thing. But
All right. Yeah.
I will, of course, be there to assist and chime in as needed, but mostly I will be, keeping an eye on them and seeing how well they are taking what you are saying.
Right. I think we should discuss why we want this area, to do this for more. What are we getting out of it? Why wouldn't they just take it over themselves? That's what I'm confused about, because I'm not super invested in this whole thing. I'm just trying to help out.
That's fair. We do have to come up with a good business proposal for them.
Right.
We cannot say for certain. Perhaps they have not moved on the Crows because they are already stretched thin in their own territory. Or they worry that if they become too big, that some of the other gangs would start making a move on them. Whereas, we are nobodies essentially, and so if we manage to take a cut, take some more territory for ourselves, that it shakes things up. It makes it so that there is less of a status quo. And if the Red Sashes are crafties, they will know how to make that go to their advantage. Whereas if they were to just try and take the Crows on themselves, it would be, still within the limits of the status quo. It would be two of the gangs butting heads for territory, but we are a potential wild card that, we have done a little bit of a service to the Red Sashes, so hopefully we will be able to capitalize on that. But I think it would be in our interests to propose this as and there's also if we are doing this, they are at less risk than if they tried to put their own resources into it.
Right.
So we do obviously get more out of it if we are the ones taking the territory.
Right. And do you think that we're going to be friendly with them? It's not like we don't want to go in their territory at all.
Of course, yeah. And so I'm trying to remember, I think we had kind of decided the overall best approach was are we trying to take out all of the crows and we just want a small slice of that pie and they get the rest, or are we just trying to take a little bit of the crows right now?
I think we said that we're just going after this one little territory here, but we could pitch it to them as a first step.
Destabilizing the crows, which is helpful for
Yeah.
them too.
Yeah.
And maybe being willing. I mean, this might be retroactively planning because I don't think we talked about this. If we're doing the flashback, we need to call as a flashback, but I think that we'd be willing to offer helping them in the future with their own stuff,
Crow-related
like
business.
quid pro quo.
Well, we're trying to eliminate the crows, right?
Not
Eventually,
right
but-
now.
But we
Eventually.
recognize that, like,
Yeah.
just the 4 of us is probably not
Yeah,
going to
and
make that
so-
happen right away.
We haven't had the chance to group back up yet, but so we don't know what they've learned about Bazo
Right.
Baz, but
Right.
you know, I figure as part of this we can also ask the Red Sashes, like, who do you think might be, most
Yeah.
ripe for the taking out?
Right. Okay. Let's do it.
I drew a section on the map for you guys. In pink.
There's a wrestling match happening behind me for any viewers that.
Ah,
You
get it.
can barely see him flipping around. So that's about the size of the area that you're looking at.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that would be like the sort of an outcropping of what is the Crow's territory in Crow's Foot. That's closest to the docks and sort of where you guys are at. So that would probably be kind of what you were looking at, that like several block area.
All right.
Just so
Let's
we
go.
have a visual representation.
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to head back to the leaky bucket?
Yes, please.
Okay. I'm trying to remember if I gave the bartender this place a name. I don't see one in my notes.
I mean, let me search for leaky bucket in my notes.
You guys weren't really there that often. Nope, that's the Razorback.
Which is run by Martin.
Mark.
I've said it once, I'll say it 1,000 times. Get you and Alex in every single one of your games.
Somebody else might have named. Okay.
And
Leaky
Rachel?
Bucket. Yeah.
Yep.
And a Rachel.
Martin.
So what do y'all do on Fridays and Saturdays when you don't have either one of us in your games?
Well, on Saturday we have Danae, who has a mind like a steel trap, and on Fridays, the 4 of us are co-running the game. So between the 4 of us, we'd kind of have everything nailed down. I don't think any of us write anything down on Fridays, though.
If nobody remembers, then we just assume it never happened.
Well, if nobody remembers,
Exactly.
Sita does tend to remember
That's
pretty
true.
much everything. So, yeah, he's got a great brain for that. So yeah, we just kind of go with the flow on Fridays.
Also, it's good society, so, you know.
Yeah, we just gotta make shit up. Okay. So Martin, as usual, is behind the bar. Don't remember if I said what he looked like. So he is a tall, sort of dark-skinned man with like graying, like salt and pepper hair pushed back out of his face. He's probably like mid-40s. Smiles as you walk in. Jemma, he's seen you come in here plenty of times before, so kind of gives a little wave and goes back to cleaning the glasses that he's got set out in front of him. I'm writing this down. All right. So You head into the bar, maybe order a drink, and
Is Mylara there?
a quick look around, you don't see her.
Okay.
There are several people sitting around, though. A few people at the bar, a few kind of sitting around tables. Trying to think. They don't really hide their identities. Yeah, no, I think there are probably a couple people sort of sitting at one of the back tables that you see have the red sashes kind of tied, kind of going through, around their chests.
Well, what do you think? Do we approach them directly or wait for them to come to us?
Alright, maybe give it like 30 minutes. Have a pint or two. And then we'll
Sure.
see if she shows up. If not, go ask.
Seems fair. And given that we do have a little bit of time, I figured it probably be prudent of me to apologize for the talking about you and Barbara's former relationship the other day.
Alright, I forgot about that.
Yes, it is not exactly my business, but it is also clearly affecting the group dynamics, as it were, which affects our business.
But, I mean, it doesn't affect us on the job.
Not yet, at least, and as far as I can tell, and I hope it stays that way, but, you know, there's much to be said for the off-the-job group dynamics and how that affects our efficacy as a team.
So what are you trying to say? Because I heard an apology in there, and
Yes.
yet it's kind of sounding not like an apology anymore.
I wish I had handled it with more tact than I did, and I apologize for that, but I do believe it is something that needs to be addressed. So,
Well, I mean, like, we talked about it, and, you know, I don't think there's going to come anything from it. Be fine. Professionals.
as long as you are able to maintain that, then that is fine. But
Yeah.
as I alluded to myself, I had a former business partner who at the time was my best friend, and he all but literally stabbed me in the back and stole my idea and is now, you know, one of the richest men in the city.
Oh, that sucks.
Yes, and so you can understand why I may be a bit paranoid, perhaps. Maybe that's not the right word, about business relationships.
Alright. Well, you know I ain't gonna stab you in the back.
I certainly hope so.
I'm more of an upfront kind of person. So Bron is the one you should worry about, you know. Could be anywhere. Snipe you from the sky. Scary shit.
Fortunately for me, I am a man of short stature, so I will disappear
That's
into the
true.
crowd.
That's true. Also, you know, I'm more worried about you poisoning us. I mean, out of all of us, I mean, I'll probably stab you in the front. Barbara will beat you to death. Bron, you'll get shot from the distance. But you could poison us like weeks in advance, right?
I have been working on something like that, yes.
Well, so obviously I gotta stay on your good side.
That would be the smart course of action, yes. But
Yeah.
no, it is I do not think I would waste it on any of you. It is a at this point in time, I am still refining the process, so it would be a waste of resources.
Right, what do you test it on?
Mostly rats and stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's fascinating stuff, it is.
It really is. I mean, that's why I study it. But yes, no, it is, I believe, a good candidate for some of our future work, and also for me to get my revenge on the former business partner.
Yeah, if you need help with that, let me know. I'd love to take out someone who's hurt one of my friends.
Yes, I do appreciate the offer, and I do believe it will be something I bring to the group at a later date, but right now he is far too entrenched in high society, and we would not be able to get to him easily.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Well, you know what? I am making those contacts. So maybe someday soon we could get in there.
that is good to know.
I could teach you all the ways about what did you actually participate in any of the hoity-toity, all the shit that they do?
A little bit. I mean, you know that I'm the one who mostly talks to Iramina when we have work involving her, but before he stabbed me in the back, we were, looking for patrons and backers among the high society, so I have rubbed a few elbows in my time, but he was always the voice of our duo. I was the brains.
All right. Like how you and I are.
Precisely.
Yeah.
So, I'd wager that you have more brains than he does. He is just far more vicious and cunning.
Well, you are a flatterer. I'll give you that.
I know how to have a silver tongue when I need it, and that's only sometimes from testing substances on myself. Gets rid of your
Awesome.
sense of taste for a week. Do not recommend.
Ooh. But it would look nice. What if I get can you make a thing for my mouth that makes it look like my teeth are gold? Oh, silver. Silver would look awesome. Maybe just in the middle, on the outside parts.
Could probably do something like that, and takes out a
Maybe
notebook
put
and starts
diamonds in
jotting
it.
some ideas
Oh, I
down.
look like the fanciest bitch in the world.
Diamonds might be harder to pull off, but
Yeah. All right. Well, sorry. Getting off topic.
But no, I mean, this is, obviously, experiments and such for our business comes first and foremost. If you can make a compelling business case for why blinging out your teeth would be advantageous, I can make it a product.
Well, can you make fake gems? I would love the real thing. I'm just thinking about for a heist or something like that. We could switch them out.
Perhaps. I mean, I know that people dealing with alchemy have been trying to do lead into gold for as long as the science has existed. It could perhaps create something that could temporarily appear to be a precious substance before it degraded.
All right. Just a thought.
But see, this is why we need more territory and more people working for us, so I have more time to devote to projects that can benefit all of us.
Right. And I can go to the spa.
Yes, I suppose.
Yeah, you should really go sometime. I think you'd like it. Just shut your brain off for 10 minutes. Maybe reach a zen so that you could later come back and think about it.
All right. Well, next time you go to the spa, let me know.
All right. Maybe I will. You have to get naked though.
Considers it for a moment. All right.
What?
As you're having this wonderful conversation, I hate to stop you, but you've been waiting for a while having this conversation, and you see someone enter the leaky bucket, sort of give a wave to the bartender Martin and make their way over to the table with the other red sashes. It is not Mylera. Jemma, you've seen this person once before. When you met with Mylera in the back of the tattoo shop, they were there, albeit you don't know their name and they didn't say anything to you, but you have seen them before. They are very tall, dark skin, white hair that is pulled back into a ponytail, and covering one eye is an eye patch, where you can see like the ends of a large scar kind of poking out either side. They make their way over and sit down at the table briefly, and almost immediately you can see the other two that are sitting at the table kind of straighten up, and yeah.
Oh, all right. I think I know that person. Hold on, Martin. The gent who just walked in, would you mind sending them over a drink for me? Martin.
Yeah, he nods and sorry, I'm just trying to find this person's name in my notes. My NPC notes, I need to consolidate them because they're kind of all over the place. So yeah, Martin nods and sends a large glass filled with something that he's made. Hands it to the one other person that is working there with him, and they deliver it over to the table. The person with the eye patch just kind of nods, takes a drink, doesn't seem too perturbed by the situation, kind of looks over at Martin. Martin nods at them, and they take a sip and continue their conversation.
All right. Let's give him a few minutes, and then we'll walk over, and we'll start have a little chat. Yeah.
All right, you seem to recognize that one. What's
Right.
the
Yeah.
deal?
He was with Mylera when I was there last.
Gotcha.
Might recognize me. I mean, this is how I was dressed, I think. So that's the hard part about having so many personalities. It is what it is. Give it a minute and then stand up and walk over
Okay.
to the group.
Yeah, you give it a minute. You stand up, you walk over towards their table. The two other red sashes kind of notice you and look a little uncomfortable that you've just approached, but the white-haired person does not seem particularly bothered. Also does not acknowledge your presence.
Mm-hmm. Looks to the others. Evening. Seems to be a good night for a drink.
They just kind of nod and look to this other person who takes kind of a long sip out of the glass, sets it down, and without looking at you just says, "Can I help you?"
Yeah, I feel like last time I saw you, you were with someone I'm looking for.
And who might that be?
Oh, she's gorgeous being Mylera.
Sorry. Can't help you.
Because you can't, or because you don't want to?
Because I don't have to.
Alright, I just thought I'd give her a jingle. After all, we worked pretty well together last time. I thought she might enjoy this new business opportunity that we came upon, but if you're not willing to tell me where she is, I can't make you.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll. or to Sway?
Sure.
Probably. Seems right. I'm not looking at the thing, but that seems right.
It's a 5.
Okay. So it's partial success. Logan, did you walk over with Jemma, or are you still sitting at the table?
I mean, depends how far away it is. If I need to be close enough to hear, I would have walked over with her, but clearly staying back to let her take the lead.
Yeah, I think you can hear from your table if they're having a conversation at normal volume. Okay.
And so just kind of keeping an eye on it, and if I get the sense that I garner some insight that may be helpful to what Gemma's telling them, then I will wander over and whisper in her ear like an advisor.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, so that's partial success. So, yeah, they take another sip of their drink, and you hear them kind of mutter something under their breath. It's in a language you don't understand, but the other two red sashes at the table immediately sort of stand and it's sort of halfway kind of like it's like a little salute, a little bow, like they're not entirely sure what they should be doing, and then they make their way over to the bar, and the two of them just kind of sit over there, and then the person with the white hair kind of gestures. Sit down.
Well, thank you. We'll take a seat, place my drink on the table.
I do know you.
Yeah, we met at a tattoo shop.
Right. Talk too much.
That's my problem. Can't keep a mouth shut. Only about important things, really. Usually it keeps me out of trouble.
That won't always be the case. What do you want?
Oh, I know. I was thinking I'd have a meeting with my Lara. I know you guys have been having some crow problems, and we're trying to help solve that.
We don't have any crow problems.
No.
No?
Not since the leader has been taken out, I see. You guys could probably deal with them. You don't need our help.
No. We don't. I don't know
Well,
you.
then.
I don't know what it is you do.
My apologies. I'm so sorry. I thought that maybe after last time. I'm Jemma. I have some associates, and we are very good at getting rid of things, mostly people. We worked with your boss before. I believe you heard all the things that went down in the room with Trisha's shop.
Aye.
So you know what we do, and you know what we did. You don't have to tell me your name, obviously, but if you'd like to, I wouldn't mind. I'm just saying, I thought that maybe after we worked together last time, my Lara would appreciate a little heads up. But if you don't think she needs it, that's fine.
A little heads up for what?
Well, I know in our group, that whole micromanaging of information gets really complicated, especially when it's words passed around words, people, you know how it goes. I personally would like to speak to her directly. I don't know you, you don't know me, you don't know my intention, yours. So if I'm going to have to tell us, I'd like to tell her,
You got a lot of nerve saying that to me.
Well, I don't know who you are.
My men call me Snow.
All right, Snow it is.
And my Lara calls me her closest confidant.
Well then, that is very important.
Extremely.
But those are just words. I mean, I could tell you I know the Queen. Which I do, but not the Queen here. I'm just saying. Could be anybody.
Oh,
They seem to
I'm
respect you, which is
sure
a lot.
you know about words better than anyone.
Which is why I know it's important to get it from the source.
All right. Tell you what. You give me something right now interesting enough to bring back to her. I'll get you a meeting.
Okay. Does he want information or a thing?
Well, so maybe this is where, because like Logan's been watching this.
Mhm.
Can I try a study roll?
Sure.
Controlled, risky.
We'll say risky.
Okay. That's a 3.
Hard to say.
Yeah.
Incredibly hard to read. This person just generally looks rough and tumble and irritated.
Yeah. I think, because I don't imagine our group has like, our own sign language or anything that elaborate, but we'll try and catch Jemma's eye and make some kind of motion about like, miming, pouring chemicals or something, trying to indicate, something about the work Logan has done.
Well, something interesting. All right. Let her know that her dear friend Jemma might have found a way to dissuade those pesky murder crows from coming down right when someone's murdered.
They
If
think
that's something she's interested in.
they think for a long moment. No promises. Come back tomorrow.
All right. It's lovely to meet you, Snow.
They continue to sip their drink.
She'll take her exit, put her glass on the bar, leave a coin, nudge Logan, and walk out.
Okay.
Well, that certainly could have gone worse. Was a little surprised that you mentioned that aspect of our work, but I suppose as we become more well known, that will actually be our best selling point.
Right.
Well, I'm obviously not going to give them the formula for that,
Of
but
course not.
if we can prove that we can do that, then it's going to be a very good selling point for our crew.
Right, exactly. Plus, I don't know enough about your, like, other aspects to really go into detail about, like, poisons and stuff.
All right, well, perhaps at the meeting we can explain the wide array of killing methods at our disposal, some of which are some very new and exciting poisons.
All right. We just have to head back tomorrow.
All right, well, suppose let's head back to the ship, see if the others have learned anything of interest, and go from there.
All right, but first, can we, like, there is a shop I wanted to stop at. I have some coin burning a hole in my pocket, and I really want to get a new necklace.
All right. It's your coin, not mine. Not the group's. Your coin.
Of course. I keep mine separate for a reason. Jemma is
Jemma,
going to
you're
spend-
spending your allowance on this.
I am. Jemma spends 2 coin on jewelry.
Okay. You can go to a local jewelry shop and find something nice.
Probably a couple nice things.
Yeah,
Get
that's a lot of
yourself
coin.
Some nice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you guys head back to the blood vessel, which I've also marked on the map because I kept forgetting to mark off which dock you guys were actually at, but it's that southernmost one. Yeah, with Bron and Barbara having very recently returned from their trip to a different bar, where they also talked to somebody who didn't want to be talking to them.
What a coincidence.
The gang's all here.
I mean, you think we get used to it after a while that no one wants to talk to us, but like, I guess it's kind of inspiring that we still go out there and talk to people, you know?
I mean, nobody wants to
Fine.
talk to me, so I just kind of... It's my way of life.
I can't imagine why.
No, I don't think I'm a gem.
I
Oh,
get
that
it.
was funny. A little
I
joke.
get,
Thank
I
you.
get it. Yeah,
Thank you, Barbara.
yeah.
All right, what you learn?
Well, potentially have our target.
All right.
What was the name again?
Baz a couple times. Bazo Baz.
Baz the Baz.
His racing name,
All
Baz,
right.
a couple times.
Yeah. Baz, oh Baz. That's lovely. That's gonna be good. That'd be great.
You know
know him?
Sure do. Yeah. I have a bit of a history. Doesn't like me very much.
Why not?
Can't imagine why.
Did we ever come up? Do I know? Is this something that I should just make up?
We had talked about it. I'm pretty sure you had done a job for Bazobaz at one point, and it went a little bit sideways. Afterwards, you got into it a little bit with him because you wanted more money than what he was offering you because he had put you in a pretty bad situation, and he disagreed. And it
But
didn't
it
go
was
over
just
well.
a little bit. Yeah, it was just a little argument about money and a job I did for him. And, he didn't appreciate that I wanted to get compensated accurately for my work that I did. It's fine. At least we're gonna kill him, right?
Well, that's good to know too. I mean, if he don't treat his people right, that's helpful for us, right?
Right.
Now, were these dealings direct with you? Is he gonna know you? If he sees you?
Absolutely. Unless I disguise myself really well, which I can do.
So one other piece
right.
of information that Jemma would know. I know it's been a while since we talked about this guy. Bazobaz is not a crow.
He's not a crow. What was he?
Bazobaz is the leader of the Lamp Blacks.
Who?
Oh,
The third gang who has a hold in Crowsfoot. The Lamp Blacks.
The lamp.
Who became a gang after electric lighting started to become a thing in Doskvol, because a lot of Lamp Blacks are slowly being put out of jobs.
Oh.
They are
Right.
They're the ones that hunt the not whales. That's not this
the
this world.
whales.
Leviathans?
Leviathan hunters.
Leviathans.
Here, I'll pull up this.
It's
Are
so
they?
easy for me to start conflating Dishonored shit with this game.
Yes, it's very similar. Here, I'll pull up the thing.
To be fair,
for you
they do
guys.
name Dishonored as one of the inspirations for this
Yeah.
game.
Oh yeah. Here we go. No, so yeah, this is the former Lamplighter Guild. But Lamplighters don't really have jobs anymore.
Mhm.
Because their services have all been replaced.
Rendered obsolete.
Yes. No, Val, you're talking about the Deathland Scavengers.
Okay.
I think also named as.
I think there is a Isn't there a Leviathan
There's
Hunter?
a Leviathan
Guild?
Hunter
Okay.
Guild, yeah.
Okay, that's what I was thinking of. But they're not a criminal organization. They just hunt the.
No,
They
they're
just-
just
they're the ones that do the
they're the
job.
captains and crews that go out and hunt Leviathans, so that the city has power.
But no, Baz is the leader of the Lampbacks. It's not the leader. Is he the leader? Did I say?
Mhm.
He's a... But if he's consolidating that way, then we might be fucked.
Wait, so
So
did
some
we
of
get the
some,
were
some
we
of
at the
the
wrong place, or
Where'd you go?
We went to Talon. That's Crow's territory.
Right.
But they say they work for Baz. You think Lampblacks are already doing what we had in mind?
I mean, there was a vacuum that needed to be filled.
Oh,
so
fuck.
we took out one of the crows a few
Right.
weeks
The
back.
Crow leaders, yeah. What was his name? Rorik.
Rorik. So we took out Rorik. Baz steps in.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we got to figure out if that's like official Crow's business, like that's something that they know about, or if Lampblacks are stepping in, kind of like we're trying to get some territory, get some
Right,
people.
but are you sure you were talking to a crow and not a lampback?
At any point did we use the word crow?
I think all we got was Roscoe was a dude that owned the bar, the Talon, in the Crow's territory. And then Henner was the middleman asshole who the underling guys worked
You
for.
you idiots! Those are the lampbacks.
No, we were in crow turf.
Clearly, we've got to update our maps. See, this is why we need more people so that they can do some of this work for us.
Exactly.
All right.
But if Baz has recently stepped in, if this is a new power grab, then this just makes it easier for us.
So this is
Things
probably
are a
less-
little wibbly wobbly already, so yeah.
So it may be a little bit harder to get the Red Sash's help because we don't
No.
know exactly what their relationship
fucking
is with
hate
the
'em.
Lamp Blacks.
The red sashes and the lampbacks, they fucking hate each other.
So that's good then. It's just another group that they hate each other, right?
Right. It just got complicated.
Or could be good for us, right?
Oh, it could.
Yeah,
Well,
if anything, it decomplicates things. We don't have to worry about retaliation from the crows. Lampblack territory is it somewhere else? Where is Lampblack territory?
It's in Crows, but all right. But the lampbacks, they're not okay. So you know how I slit someone's throat and put a coin in it? You know, like just didn't. Think
Oh,
about
I'll
it.
never forget that.
Yeah.
I don't think I could if I wanted to.
Right. Okay. So the jobs I did for them, was me being like that, they're fucking ruthless. They'll just break your knee for like looking at you wrong. I mean, I'm not against this. I just want you guys to know what we're getting into.
All right.
Jump in.
So let's go back to what we do know, like definitively, and go from there.
Right.
So we know Rorik is dead because we killed him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We know.
Are you making it? What are you doing?
What?
Are you jotting something?
Me?
Yeah.
Am I drawing something?
It looked like you were going to do a diagram or something.
I mean, I can't. Is like a visual gonna be better for you? Is it easier for you to like?
Yeah, I think it will be.
All right. She grabs a big sheet of paper and starts.
And takes out the pins and the red string.
Exactly. All right. So. All right. Now I go start again. I forgot what I was saying. All right. So we kill Rorik, right? Rorik's gone. They had some other people that were heading up the crows. I think there was maybe one or two other people, but I don't think we knew who they were.
Right.
But that was a vacuum, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
We know me and Bron went into what we thought was crow territory, the Talon. I mean, Talon. That's like crow words and stuff, right? Owned by Roscoe. Y'all, it is really hard for me to try and make Barbara sound smart right now. I'm really trying, okay?
It's going very well. You're doing great.
Roscoe had this henna fuck come over and talk to us and try and chase us out.
Right.
So it seemed like Henna, at least, saw Roscoe as like a boss type.
Right.
And then the folks that work for Henna came and talked to us outside. But then they said that all of them work for Bazabaz.
So I understand out of character, because I imagine we all know a little bit about the Lampblacks as their faction. Are they a much smaller faction then? If Baz is the leader, like, is this a small gang? Is this smaller than the Crows?
Let's look at their tier.
2. They're tier 2.
They are tier 2. The Crows
Which
were
so's the
also
Crows.
tier 2, but the Crows were expanding when you guys took out Rorik. So their tier may have changed since you guys interfered with them.
Who stopped our order of Criminal Monthly? Like, we should be getting this information.
We should be getting these updates.
Lots of things go on behind the scenes every day.
Yeah.
Oh, it's true.
So the Lampblacks are a little bit smaller, people-wise, like numbers-wise, than the Crows. But they do also operate in Crow's Foot. You guys would know that they mostly deal. I mean, what Jemma said is true of their reputation. They are known as leg breakers and mayhem makers. They're a little wild. They do a lot of drug running. They have smugglers on the payroll. The businesses that they operate that you guys would know about in Crow's Foot are mostly brothels. And the occasional drug den.
Okay.
So yes, for them to
So-
have just a straight up bar is kind of weird. As far as their MO goes. But yeah, they
Sounds
typically
like-
they have less people on the payroll. Because they're also a bit newer as far as gangs go, in the transition to electricity, which is still happening for a lot of people in Doskvol. The Lampblacks were put out of business, needed something to do. Baz said, I've got something you can do. Do you guys like brothels and drugs?
Crime. Who doesn't like brothels
Now
and
they
drugs?
run
I mean,
around
come on.
cracking knees and causing general mayhem. There's a bunch of wild boys in Crowsfoot. It's the wild, wild west out here.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone have a contact? You know who should asked about this? Cross.
Well, let's talk to him then.
Not
Where's
too
he
late
live? Can
to
we
get
leave a
there.
note with a knife in his his fence post?
I think
or
we can
something?
just put that anywhere, and he'll show
And they'll
up.
find
Oh,
it.
they'll find it, right?
Yeah, they'll find it. I mean, just
Should
put
we-
it in the
should we
table, I'm
put-
sure
yeah, I
they'll-
was
Little did
yeah,
you guys know that
exactly.
Cross is actually a demon, and that's how you summon them, is a note with a knife through it. Oh no, that's a really good idea.
Shit. that was the plan the whole time, y'all. But that's what I was saying. Yeah, well, let's just put a note for him, like in the middle of our table with a knife through it, and they'll find it, right? I mean that makes sense.
I mean, he's a demon.
Yeah,
so
let's do
they
that.
are a demon, so I
Yeah.
imagine.
Logan is just like, oh God, why?
Logan is gonna ask to be reassigned to a different team.
But you
do
know,
not
just
believe
I'm
Cross is a demon, but
surrounded
we
by
can try it.
idiots.
yeah, like just
No,
in
I'm
case,
pretty
maybe.
sure they were a demon. They had that
right.
demon vibe to them. So
They
Well,
had the
you-
vibe. Yeah.
You guys do that. Maybe we'll go get a pint.
At the Razorback and asks them
Right.
to get in touch with
Yeah,
Cross.
yeah, yeah.
all right, and we'll see
Assuming
who gets
we
in
don't
touch
actually
with Cross
already
first.
have a way
And
to
we'll see who's
get in
successful
touch.
first. All right.
Right.
We're never gonna get anything done ever again. I don't know how you guys keep coming up with this shit. Incredible.
You inspire.
Do
us.
we? Would we have already had a way to get in touch with Cross? Because they are kind of our handler.
Yes, you have one way to get in touch with Cross. There is a post in the back of the Razorback that used to be load bearing, but has long since been replaced in the rebuilding of the bar. And if you go to the back of it and you leave a note stabbed into it with a knife, Cross will come talk to you.
So we were both right. Everybody was
That's what
right
it is
then.
now.
We're just cutting out the middle post.
Exactly. All right, we go do that.
Okay. What does the note say?
I'm doing the table thing. I'm seeing if he shows up.
Okay.
They show up at the table.
All right.
But that's mostly because Bron doesn't want to go anywhere. They're still drinking. He's still drinking.
Oh, so the table on the boat.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll do both, though. We'll do both and see which happens faster.
Okay, what does the note say?
They'll do a we if we have to do this scientifically, the notes have to be the same, right?
Barbara's learned so
Alright.
much.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely write the same note. Y'all go do the thing, and I'll write whatever the same.
I
is.
will write
Right.
both notes.
All right.
Okay, and so I think it's basically the gist is like, because it obviously needs to be somewhat coded. So, looking to move to a bigger place. Need to know about the neighbors. Are they still gas powered or electric? Or is there a foul problem? Or will we run afoul of them, but
Very
foul
good.
spelled differently?
An excellent note.
Fell spelled differently. It has a smiley face drawn next to it, and like a winky.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll write two of that out and give Bron one to stab in the table, and then go to the Razorback to leave it there.
Okay. Then you guys head out to the Razorback. Bron, Bron, what do you do?
Oh no, but Barbara's staying behind too.
Yeah, Bron's
Barbara's
just, yeah.
team table. Barbara's 100%
Okay.
hashtag team table.
Bron's drinking, and then said, "All right, let's give this a shot." Just stabs it to the table. Goes
Okay.
get another bottle.
The other two of you are going to the Razorback, I guess. Are you gonna hang out for a
I
while, or
guess.
just?
Probably hang out for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if there is nothing to actually discuss, Logan will just ask Jemma, like, "What's it like at the spa? You know, what are the procedures? How's that go?"
She will happily inform him.
You two are talking about the spa. After, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes or so, you hear the dragging of chair legs across the wooden floor and like a thunk. And somebody sits backwards in the chair across from you.
It's Captain America.
It's Captain America. A familiar figure, once again with the half mask on their face. You see Cross. You rang.
Yes, and before we get into the actual business, I assume you did not get the note that our other halves stabbed in the table in our own boat?
Huh? Don't know what you're talking about.
All right. Ooh. Jemma, would it be better to have Cross show up and find it, or would that just make things worse if they think it actually worked?
You know what? We could make it like Santa Claus and just make it disappear. And they won't know.
You all are finally close enough. You're like pulling pranks and shit. I'm so proud of you guys.
Well, they are really
God.
doing this more to themselves than we are. It's
Oh
just a
my
question if we
Entertaining that.
Bron
Play it
especially
up.
seems like the type. So, real estate.
Yes, we are looking to expand, and we were aiming to continue to whittle away at the crows, and we even started reaching out to the red sashes to see what assistance we might get. But based on the reconnaissance that Bron and Barbara did, they appear to have stumbled onto territories that has now been claimed by the Lampblacks instead.
Interesting. Yeah, I heard Baz was making some moves. What with Rorik gone, you know, power vacuum that needs to be filled.
Exactly. And so we just wanted to get the latest information you had about that so that we know what we are getting ourselves into.
Well, glad to see you're all making friends with the locals. Very nice and smart. I don't know. I mean, what is it you need to know?
How secure are the Lampblacks in Crowsfoot? Because we were not expecting them to have claimed the Crows' territory. I suppose I at least assumed that the Crows themselves had divvied up Rorik's territory among themselves.
That they did, for the most part. Once Rorik was dead, Lissa basically immediately stepped in and took over. Not surprising, she's a bit of a brute. But, you know, you'd think she'd at least wait for the body to be cold. The Lampblacks are never really as secure as they try to make themselves out to be. They're smaller than the other two, especially smaller than the Red Sashes, and as much as old Baz puts on the front of the, you know, portly, rich gentleman who loves his whiskey, they're always fighting a bit, like the weird little brother who dresses up in the elder's clothes to make himself feel good.
So the Lampblacks are already butting heads with the Crows and the Red Sashes?
Oh, sure, yeah. But the thing they got going for them is that the people like them.
They see them as victims of modernization.
Exactly.
Alright.
A bunch of people who didn't have any option, and now they're taking back what's theirs.
Seems to me it's a production.
There you go. I wouldn't do it by breaking knees and taking over a bunch of brothels, but hey, to each his own.
Alright, well, I suppose now we have to worry about public opinion if it becomes known that we are taking them out, but, you know, if they are such crude thugs, then shouldn't be too difficult to show their true character and sways the public against them.
I'm sure you guys will
Well,
think of something.
See, it seems like a lot of work. Remember when I was saying this seems like a lot of work? This is a lot of work that I was talking about.
Think of it as perhaps a greater acting challenge. If you can take on a persona that can spearhead the smear campaign against the Lamp Blacks.
Oh, but I don't want the public to know me.
Hey,
They
Well, I'm
wouldn't be
more of an
knowing
in the
Jemma.
shadows. Right, but I'm more of an in the shadows individual, like spreading rumors type.
everybody's art gets better with a bit of practice, Gemma.
My art is just fine. I'm just saying I don't like to have the room's attention, just the individuals.
Well,
And no, I don't have any stage fright. That's not what I'm saying. It's just
if you're planning
Anyways.
on running a smear campaign, I don't see why you couldn't do that from the background.
right. Yeah. Could you say?
If you want.
Perhaps find a journalist that we can get to start selling papers about the true atrocities that they are committing.
Well, you're gonna have to find one. Last I heard, you killed the last journalist you knew.
That we did.
Nice work there, by the way.
Thank you. We did good shit.
Yeah. Apparently not just for me. Hey,
Don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not here to scold you. You make your money how you make your money. Just make sure you pick up when Old Cross rings you.
Of course.
Our
and,
telephone's a thing in this universe.
Are they really?
I
It's
thought
something
Cross
now.
was talking about Simon, not
Really?
the other one. Shit.
It's the rich people. You know, they got this thing where they can talk to each other from different rooms now. It's crazy. You heard of this?
Oh yeah.
It's
Just
nuts.
as a-
weird.
Yeah. But
I
I
don't think
suppose
it'll catch on.
Nah, doubt
as a
it.
hypothetical, if we did, would you ever run out of jobs for us? I suppose, if we only took jobs from you, but we were so good at our jobs that we did it all, where would that leave us?
Well, I mean, I suppose there are different kinds of work you all could pick up, but I mean, I can always find somebody who needs killing. Or somebody who wants somebody killed.
Right.
Hey, no. You guys, you do your work where you want to do it. You know what jobs you got my backup on, so. So, anything else I can help you with?
I think that's it. So if you have any juicy tidbits for a potential meeting with my Lara tomorrow to help get her assistance against the Lamp Blacks.
Oh, interesting. Really putting the eggs in the red sash basket. Well,
She is very pretty.
she is. I mean, out of the three groups, the Red Sashes are the most well connected, so if you're trying to make friends in high places, that's another good place to start. I mean, you know as much as I do about them. They're fantastic sword fighters. They got that school, they're connected at the consulate. I did hear one thing though recently, that she's trying to recruit an alchemist or something, going after one of the masters. I don't know that he's taken her up on that offer, but seems like she's trying to expand a bit. Just a rumor though.
Alright. That is good to know, and something that we can perhaps be of assistance with.
There you
Right.
go. Now, if you don't mind, I got some business to attend to.
Like sneaking onto the blood vessel and stealing the note that we left there. Only if you feel like being a bit of a gremlin.
No, unfortunately, I have got another appointment. But you want to set up something like that in the future? You know how to find me. All right, kids. Have a good murder. Ross gets up and walks out of the bar.
Smash cut to Barbara and Bron sitting at the table.
Actually, while Logan and Jemma are gone, Bron, you stab the note into the table, and about 20 minutes later, you hear footsteps on the metal stairs coming down into the hold of the ship.
Not to interrupt too much, but I do just need to know, after y'all stab the note in the table, were you just like casually hanging out, or were you like hiding behind the
Like,
furniture?
waiting to
No,
see.
casually.
The next room?
Yeah, no. Bron's just casually hanging out there.
Oh no,
drinking,
like
feet up
at
on
least for
table.
the first 20 minutes, like Barbara like crouched down behind the couch and was just like,
Waiting to see if something happens. So Barbara's crouched behind the couch. Do you guys hear footsteps?
Cross, that you?
Barbara, Bron, I'm home. Cross walks down the stairs.
I told you that would fucking work.
"It fucking worked!"
Turns the chair around, sits in it backwards. So, you rang.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we go get the? They're
No,
not
it's
gonna
all.
believe
It's
this.
they're not. No, they're not gonna believe. You have to tell him though. You have to tell him that this worked because they didn't believe us. They went over to the raceback to do the thing, and we did this here.
Did they now?
Just Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess that makes
Yeah.
sense. That's what I told them to do initially. Anyway, so real estate.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we think maybe the lamp blacks, they might have been reaching into Crow territory.
Yeah, I'd heard something like that. You know, power vacuum to be filled and all that.
Yeah. But that's kind of what we were hoping to do.
Yeah.
So we won't show who we should be talking to about that.
Okay. So expanding the
What do you-
territory a little bit. I like it.
What do you know about Baz?
Oh, Bass. Pretty high and mighty. That one fancies himself a businessman, a whiskey connoisseur. And, I don't know. Kind of a dick.
Yeah. The paranoid kind of dick, or the kind of dick that likes to deal with his own problems?
Oh, I wouldn't call Basso paranoid at all. If anything, I'd call him too open. He's very confident sort.
Alright. Confident I can deal with. Paranoid gets annoying.
Oh, sure.
Likes whiskey. That's good. Listen in. What we say? You heard of a henna? Little middleman. We fought for the crows, but
Henna. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know that idiot. Well, in passing, he's working for Roscoe now, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the talent, but the talent was we thought was crows. So has that been is that officially like black territory now?
Not officially. Just, the crows are a bit, well, with a new leader and everything, they're still figuring out what's what. So, it seems the Lamp Blacks have kind of slipped through the cracks a little bit, trying to fill space before they're noticed. Henna used to be in Roscoe's position there. Got demoted a couple months back. He's taking it real hard. And so are the guys under him, I hear.
So is Hannah trying to jump ship?
Dunno. He's always been real loyal to Baz, so hard to say. Could be trying to jump ship, could be trying to claw his way back up.
That could be useful.
Could be. All right.
What about Lissa?
Lissa. Bit of a brute, that one. Was Rorik's second in command till you offed him, so now she's in charge. Didn't even
Well
wait till the
liked.
body was cold. Oh, she's well liked by the people that she likes. Other than that, she's a bit of a hard ass. So I hear.
All right. Any rumblings that anyone's specifically taken has any plans on doing something about this right now? Crows, red sashes.
Dunno. The Red Sashes are always recruiting, so it's possible they're out there hitting the streets. Lamp Blacks do what they can to hold on to what they've got, and the Crows are in a little bit of disarray. I don't think there's much trust for Lissa, especially not after what happened with Rorik.
You got any lines on Eggfish?
Hagfish?
Yeah. Thinking we might be useful to have.
Well, I mean, yeah, I can see why. Not directly. I can put out a couple of feelers for you. You know,
Right.
a guy who knows a guy kind of thing.
It's not right away. It's a long term, I think, but just thought I'd ask.
Yeah. I'll ask around.
Oh, thanks.
So are you a demon, ghost,
A ghost?
vampire?
Could I do this if I was a ghost? And, like, leans on the back of the chair. Like he's about to give you a lecture.
Helsing's a ghost, and
No,
you
Bron,
can
I'm not
buy
a
your
ghost.
arm clean off, so.
Well, I could probably do that too if I tried hard enough.
So demon, then.
Just a man in a mask. Doing his job. Well, a man sometimes. You know, I get bored.
So anytime someone stabs a knife into a table anywhere around the city, do you just get like a little like bell going off?
Or do we have
No.
to do it with like the intention of getting you here?
Well, if I told you how it worked, it wouldn't be very fun.
But this does work.
But it
we don't have
works.
to go over there.
As far as you know.
That's
Guess
not
that's the best
helpful.
we're gonna get.
What can I say?
Well, all right, you got any problem with us doing this then? No one up the chain of command is gonna be pissy with us trying to
Expand.
expand.
No. As long as you don't step on any other team's toes, but I don't think Shade's got anyone in your area, so it's kind of why you're here.
All right.
All right then. Well, we're gonna go make some waves. Jemma and Logan might have some more questions for you if you want to stick around. I'm sure they'll be back soon.
Actually, I got an appointment, so
All right.
if that's it, I'm gonna head out.
Well, we'll just summon you if we think of anything else.
You do that. Have a drink for me.
Thanks, Cross.
So proud of you kids. You're doing well. Keep it up. Don't get killed.
That's the plan.
And they walk out of the boat.
They're gonna have so much egg on their face. Went all the way over there. Could have just stayed on the boat.
They're They're gonna go over. They're gonna come back here. They're gonna pretend like they talked with Cross, and it's gonna be
Right, yeah, okay, yeah,
they're
you
not
talk
gonna
of
believe
course.
us.
All right. As Barbara and Bron make fun of their teammates, and Logan and Jemma talk about the spa and make their way back to the blood vessel, we're gonna go ahead and take our break. So thanks everybody for hanging out with us so far. We're gonna take a quick break and refresh our snacks and our drinks and ourselves. And we will return in just a quick few minutes to see what happens next. So stick around and we'll see you soon. And welcome back, Internet. Thanks for hanging out with us during our break. We are refreshed and ready to get back to it. So let's skip forward in time a little bit to tonight. Logan and Jemma, you make it back to the blood vessel after your meeting with Cross.
So, I mean, pay up. Come on.
I mean,
What?
we met with Cross. We got some information about the neighborhood and the what we could do in discussing dealings with the Red Sashes.
Right.
Barbara just looks at Bron.
I
You
knew
were
we were
right.
gonna Try this.
You were
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, y'all talked with the Cross, I'm sure.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go to the Razorback and ask,
You
No,
all right?
that's a brilliant part. We don't need to. That's what we were saying.
Right, because we already did. Are you all right? Have you not been drinking this whole time?
I mean, yes, but
I mean,
that's
Bron
not-
has,
that's
but
beside
no.
the point.
Well, no, I was saying you could go to the Razorback and ask June and Delilah, and they would let you know that yes, we had a conversation with Cross.
Oh, you really digging your heels into this. All right.
Have you
All
been
right, if you
drinking
talked
too?
with Cross, what did
Yeah,
what did they
what
say?
you learn? Because we learned the whole history of Baz and Lisa, the new head of the Crows.
Right, who was the second in command?
Wait, how did you learn all this if you were just sitting
Yeah, what
here
were you
waiting for
talking
Cross
about?
to show up?
Because Cross
We
came
talked with
here.
Cross. Yeah.
Turning to Gemma. Did they actually come over here after we said? Like, did they decide to go along with it even though it says they were busy?
There might be a gas leak in here.
Everyone, please hold. You might want to step outside. I need to check things in my lab. Like, runs
Are
to
you
the
all
lab
feeling
area to
alright?
check
Yeah, you check.
on the chemicals.
Nope. Everything's in its place. Everything is sealed. You don't smell anything odd or see any weird smoke or anything.
They came from the roof. It was maybe 15, 20 minutes after you all left.
Yeah.
You're saying that Cross came here?
Yes.
Yes, that's exactly what we're saying.
They even said they might have an infamy with the agfish.
Logan?
Logan is like trying to do the math of like, well, okay, if Cross showed
I
up.
wasn't. Oh no! You know what? It was much after we. You probably didn't notice, but a lot of time because we dawdled on our way back. He probably just stopped here afterwards.
No, it was literally 20 minutes after you all left.
All right. I mean, it might have felt like
I
20
was-
minutes, but
I was waiting behind a couch. I was counting.
why were you waiting behind the couch?
I wanted to see if he show up or not. If he did like a woo, like just appeared or something.
That's beside the
Uh-huh.
point. We talked with Cross, and how would we have any of this information if we hadn't talked with Cross?
Well, I'm sure you
Okay,
did. You
the
know?
information is important, but we cannot understate how important it is to figure out how the fuck Cross may have done this if they were actually in two places at once. That is a very important thing. That is the
No,
beings that we are working for, but
right.
we should come back to that and figure out what information we have for the task at hand.
Right.
Regardless, I think the most important thing here is we were right. The table worked.
Table works.
We're
They
going to need to
confirmed
get a
it.
sacrificial table or something.
Oh.
This table is not going to last through many more stabbings.
I'm not buying a table.
You've made it
You
very
find
clear
a
that you're not
table.
planning on contributing any finances to this whole endeavor. We understand.
No, but
that.
I did buy this, and she pulls out like a really shiny necklace.
Oh, perfect.
Whoa.
Great use of our money.
It's
I
my
made sure it
money,
was
and I
her
can use it
money.
how I want.
Thank you, Logan.
You're not gonna be
I
able
was
to walk
fine.
around anywhere without someone trying to stab you for that thing.
Hey, I use it when I go to the fancy parties, the high society.
You're wearing it right now.
Well, yeah, because I'm in here. I'm not gonna wear it out on the street. I'm not an idiot.
All right.
Jury's still out on that one.
This group,
Says the person
this game is just the four of you constantly trying to convince the others that you're not, in fact, an idiot.
Nail on the head, Sammy. Nail on the head. All right. Here we go. Bleh. All the info.
We all share our info.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you do with it?
So I guess we are actually going after the lamp blacks instead of the crows, but this may be good. As they're, at least among the gangs, clearly more antagonistic. However, we do now have the potential problem of the public has, something. The lamp
They got good
blacks,
PR.
Yeah. So perhaps we can. I mean, we'd been discussing perhaps a smear campaign against the whole gang, but what if we just do it against Baz himself? Far easier to
So-
target an individual.
Trying to turn the other Lampblacks against Baz, or
I mean, that would be ideal, but I do not think that is as possible. I think more so if we, presumably this ends with Baz dead, and we do not want a public outcry for a beloved public figure meeting an untimely end, so if we can unearth dirt on him, perhaps show that he is, manipulating the poor lamp blacks into doing his dirty work and stuff like that. Or, perhaps this isn't something we even need to worry about.
no, I think it's actually a pretty good angle there.
All right. So he gets off not by us, but as a result.
No, I
of
think we're
some-
still gonna have to kill him.
Oh no! I mean, in reality, we got off him, but the public just knows that he got offed because of his bad doings.
Yeah,
He reaped
I
what he
think-
sowed and all that.
I think that's a pretty good spin on this. Is we rile up enough people, get them heated about it, and before he can do anything to solidify his power or refute these allegations that we off him. I like it.
And we probably got to set up a little something with all his people in the meantime, and they come work for us if anything happened to Baz.
It sounds like you have hopefully gotten at least a little bit of that. And maybe they'll be able to talk to people who can talk to other people, or we, as we hopefully have a meeting with the Red Sashes tomorrow, we can let them deal with most of the fallout of the personnel upheaval. But if we can get a few, that would obviously be good. We can't just rely solely on Balky's boys.
Yeah, recruitment is going to be a part of this to hold our turf here. So yeah, I think we grab whoever we can. All right, so
And-
seems like we've got two fronts to approach this on. misinformation and then actually planning the death of Baz. And
I think we got to talk about this whole needing an alchemist situation with the res ashes. So, are you gonna start like a sideline, or is a sideline gonna be part of our organization in general?
I imagine it will be something that they can come to us with requests, and we will fulfill them as I am able, and if I get a team of assistants to help me. But yes, something that they would have to source from us, rather than me giving them any sort of formula. Especially because the way that we may be buying our way into a meeting with Mylar is to share that we can confuse the death crows, the Death Seeker crows. Now, obviously, that is far too valuable to let other people get their hands on the formula for that, but it could be our main selling point for our services in the future.
yeah, I agree. We need to make sure we keep them coming back for more. If we sell the horse with the farm, then we've got nothing else.
But in terms of other work, it will be if it doesn't interfere with our own work, then should be a good means of additional income.
All right.
All right.
I like that we're doing this as a group. Feels great.
Yeah. Yay for teamwork.
As God claps from the sidelines.
Gemma's brain is just like, I don't have to do anything. I get more money. Sweet.
All right. So, seems to me that as far as the misinformation goes, Jemma, you're the best to head that part up.
I can spread a rumor or two.
I mean, who's even to say if it's misinformation if we can find some legitimate
Some
dirt on him?
him.
Yeah. All right.
I mean,
So, Operation Team Slander.
Could start is patronizing the right word? But start going to some of the properties that the Lamp Blacks own and see what we can find out from those workings there. And yes, this would involve going to the brothels and making use of their services. But if that's
Oh.
a sacrifice for the work, then I suppose that's acceptable.
Well,
All right.
You're if you're taking that if you're jumping on that grenade for the team, Logan, then
Something we all could handle. I mean, who knows how many brothels they actually own?
Do they run anything else?
Drug dens and the one bar that you two went to already, as far as we know.
I'm not really planning on going back there at this point.
I feel like this is a grenade that I'm not willing to throw myself on. Seems complicated.
Right, I guess the drug den don't.
Right.
Waffles and
I could do the drug den thing.
This is not how I expected this to go. I would have expected the rest of you to jump at the brothels and I would be the one sent into the drug den.
Looks to Logan. It's complicated, all right?
All right, well, let's uncomplicate it then. Barbara, Jemma, two of you take drugs, and Logan and I will heroically venture into the brothels.
This is literally the exact opposite of what I thought was going to happen.
You know why they broke up, right?
I mean, the rest of
No.
us
Jemma
don't.
learns. Oh.
No, I
Oh,
literally
shit.
don't.
I do.
Right. Well, tomorrow we're gonna go speak to the Red Sashes, and then we'll start our endeavors into the Schmear campaign. Don't know why I
Schmear?
said it. I don't know why I said
Smear.
it like that. I'm so sorry.
Smear campaign.
Are we
Well,
getting
you know-
into bagels? Is it?
Oh, well, you know what? We could. We do need to load up on carbs if we're gonna go do drugs.
Oh, that's a really good point. All right. All right, bulk up. All right, pasta, bagels are real good for that. And protein too. Can't forget about the protein.
Right. Get a steak. Some mash.
All right, good meal. Well, well, honestly, I think the two of you probably could use a good meal if you're going to
Right,
be
lots of
going to the
stamina.
brothels as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, big meal tonight, everybody.
Bron, I may be able to whip up a substance that may be of assistance to us in our endeavor.
And that's where we make our real money, folks, when Logan invents Viagra.
I'm hitting a moment where I'm trying to decide how my character should even respond to this. I think Bron just stares at Logan for an uncomfortable amount of time and then leaves the room. That's how I'm going to deal with
That
it.
seems right.
Oh boy.
This is
Oh my
truly
God.
incredible. I'm so glad I mentioned the brothels.
Honestly, not how I thought this day was going to go.
Is it ever?
No.
Okay, so first order of business.
Carbo loading.
Carbo loading.
Carbo loading. You guys have a nice dinner.
With some steak, some protein, or whatever your protein choice. I don't know who's vegan or vegetarian in this group, but yeah.
Okay.
A nice food coma afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys all
think
get some
maybe-
sleep. It's kind of late.
I think Jemma might hop into Barbara's room before she goes to bed. Just like a knock on the little tap on the door.
Yeah.
It's just me. You mind if I come in?
No, come in.
She walks in, closes the door. Sorry, I'm gonna just keep this quick. I wanted to make, like, if you wanted to go to the brothel, obviously that's fine. Like, I know that it's not really your thing, but like, also drugs are weird. I thought maybe you could. I know you don't normally do stuff like that, so you know, whatever you want to do, I'm okay. I don't need to do that part of things, you know.
Wait a minute. Did you not go Team Brothel because of what happened?
Well, kind of. Yeah, I mean, it's a factor. Yeah.
We're not together anymore. It's
Well, no, I know. It's. I mean, it's. After that, it kind of made me realize that, like, maybe I don't need to do as much to, like, do my job. I don't have to, you know, go all the way for just a job, you know.
I mean, if that's what it is, I mean, that's your decision. But I mean, you
Right.
don't have to not. You don't have to do drugs because you're afraid that I'm gonna get upset if you go have sex. I don't know. I'm sorry, to just put it real plainly like that, but I feel like that's sort of where we're at right now.
Right. No, and I get where you're coming from, and I understand that why it seems like that. But like, I feel like that's more of a, at this point in my life, that's more of a thing that yeah, drugs are fine. I'm not gonna like go overboard or anything, but like, I think that just this. I mean, I'm okay without that stuff from like randos, you know.
So you still team drug den tomorrow, then?
Yeah. Plus, you know, if I do it, then I mean, I have a little bit of a tolerance still, but like, I could use you as like a designated driver sort of situation, where you kind of just are with me to like watch over me, sort of thing.
Yeah, like trip sitter. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
I've done that before. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, cool. All right. Well, I just wanted to, you know, make sure that you were going where you wanted to go.
Well, yeah, I want to make sure the same thing. I didn't realize that might not be the case. You never don't do what you don't want to do. I don't want to be a reason that you don't do what you want to do, Jemma.
No, I know. It's not. I mean, I would be lying if I was saying it wasn't about you a little. But honestly, after that, it was more like I kind of had a reflection of myself and determined what I did want, and not just doing what other people, you know, what was expected of me for the job sort of thing, or like what the easiest way to do the job was.
You decided not to do the easiest thing for a job?
Or, yeah, kind of, yeah.
Wow. That's. I'm not making it funny here. That's some growth, Jemma. Really.
Yeah, you know, get older, learn stuff about yourself. Sometimes you need a little push. So I guess thanks for that.
I didn't do nothing.
Anyway, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
All right, have a good night.
Yeah. Good night, Jemma.
Exits, closes the door, goes to her room.
Barbara just makes this face for about 5 minutes afterwards. And then gets into bed.
All right. Anything else tonight?
I don't know. I imagine these would really be more project clocks for Logan to whip stuff up, but in addition to, you know, performance enhancers, potentially, was thinking of also like a substance that the ladies could take that would like reduce the effect of any drugs they end up taking, or like at least help prevent, you know, any addictions from forming.
That was what the pasta was for, my friend. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Is there anything?
Some good pasta.
Damn good
Is there
pasta.
anything like that in the book that's like
I
preloaded?
should have pulled that up. Let me get to...
Now I want carbonara. Fuck, why am I talking about pasta?
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm hungry.
Carbonara is always a good choice.
There we go.
What page is this on again? It's in
226. Let's see.
Okay, so I mean, there's kind of Black Lotus, Dream Smoke. I mean, I don't think any of these are explicitly going to be like, this reduces the effect of other drugs.
Yeah.
But
Let's see. Well, a fluid that's, well, see, Alkahest stops the effects of any other alchemical. That's like fire and
Right.
stuff.
yeah, and I mean, most of the drugs are listed as an alchemical.
That's true.
Alkahest is
yeah.
just a thing I can have in my bandoliers.
That is
so...
just a thing you have. So let's see, that's one number of uses of their consumables. So that'd be one. So you have one. You could probably roll to like create another of it since it's something you already have. So ostensibly you'd know how to make it.
Yeah, and I do have my alchemist special ability. When you invent or craft a creation with alchemical features, take +1 result level to your roll.
Okay.
So I guess this would just be a tinker roll to try and create more.
Yeah.
And now when it says +1 to level roll, is that like bumping up the success tier, or is that some other thing?
Let me think real quick. +1 result level to your roll. Yeah, it bumps up the. So it'll bump you up tonight. So like if you failed, it would bump it up to a partial will bump it up to a
Okay.
success.
Very good. So basically I can't ever fail when crafting alchemical things.
Pretty much.
Partial
Yeah.
successes at worst. Which makes sense, especially if I'm doing it in the lab at the base.
Yeah.
All right, so let me go ahead and roll a tinker. That's a 6.
There you go. Yeah, I'll say this is probably a useful thing to have. Let's say table. Quality level is tier +1. Alchemist is tier 3, so yeah, these would be tier 4. Which are better. I'll say you can
Alright.
create a couple of these too with a full success, because you're in your lab, you have time to do it. So let's say you can make like 3 more of these to have on
Okay.
hand.
In addition to what I'm giving them, or what I'm giving them will come from that 3?
What you're giving them will come from that 3 plus the 1 you could theoretically have in your bandolier.
Okay. So basically the next time I use Alkahest out of my bandolier, it would be tier 4?
Mhm.
Okay. Alright. Okay, because yeah, if I give them each one, then I have the one for myself.
There you go.
Okay, so yeah, I think would leave little bottles or vials or whatever it is on the table in the living area with little notes attached. That's just like, you know, take this to cancel out drugs, and you know, whatever the method of ingestion is, whether I assume it can just be swallowed, but
I would think so, yeah. I think Alkahest is just like a liquid.
yeah.
It's a little vial of liquid.
So yeah, isn't Witcher stuff? It's, you know, the base of most of the potions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's essentially a spirit. We look. Yeah, a fluid. So.
Yep.
Anti-drugs. Says chat. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just start flooding the street with Alkahest and cure all the drug problems in the city.
Oh man, that's actually really good.
I mean, if we ever go up against drug dealers, it's a potential method.
Yeah.
All the recreational drug users on the other hand are going to be very angry.
So pissed.
Mm-hmm.
I've taken
Alright.
6 of these edibles. Nothing's hitting me.
Nothing is happening.
And then Alkahest runs out just before the edibles do, and then, oh shit.
Rip. All right. Anything else tonight?
Yeah, I think that's it. Probably much to Bron's relief, there is no bottle waiting for him.
That's fine. Bron's good. Bron's going to feel weird having any more conversation about that at any point.
Oh,
ever.
my boy. I love Bron. I love all of these characters. They're so wonderful. All right. So you guys get a good night's sleep. eat plenty of good food, well, decent food.
I forgot that the thing always picks up my voice, so as I'm sweet talking my cats, everyone's getting the text.
Everyone on stream can hear that. You can see that.
They can just see me go, oh, he's a sweet baby girl.
All right. So yeah, you guys head out for some shenanigans the next day. I imagine the meeting with the red sashes is before any of the other.
Yeah, I imagine
Stuff.
we go back at roughly the same time of day we were there yesterday.
Okay.
So, I doubt it's crack of dawn, but
No, it was
So-
during the day though.
so actually, I guess it would make sense for people who, go out sailing either way early in the morning or even overnight, like would want bars to be open early in the morning for when they're
there's
getting off their shift.
There's different schedules and everything for everybody, but there's always a bar open somewhere in Doskvol, especially on the docks. Their hours
It's
are
5 o'clock
weird.
somewhere.
Nobody said that wasn't 5 a.m.
Unless it's wine 30.
2 times.
Unless
5
it's
o'clock,
wine 30, yeah.
wine 30. Okay, yeah, so you guys head back to the Leaky Bucket. It's about the same as it was the day before. There aren't a whole lot of people in here, just a few kind of scattered around. And you see sitting at the same table, but this time on the other side of the table, facing the room, Snow.
Alright, I go in and just as I'm walking in, do you want a drink? Can I get you something?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Sure.
Alright. Leans on the bar, orders 2 drinks. 2.5 drinks. Whatever Logan's getting. And then gets them and sits down. Passes the drink over.
Thank you kindly.
You're very welcome.
So,
Yeah.
I assume you've prepared some kind of demonstration or something.
Alright.
Well,
But as I
yes and
said-
no. To really demonstrate the properties of what we said, it would involve killing someone.
I can
And
arrange that.
that's-
Right, but as I said before, speaking with my Laura is our main goal here.
She's on her way.
Alright. Well, if you remember from our last meeting at the tattoo shop, what we did for y'all, there was no, just as a little reminder, there were no crows that called on that time. But she could probably tell you more about that when she arrives. So, how are you?
He just sort of stares at you.
Well, if we're going to be waiting, then we could do a little small talk. If not, I could just sit here in silence as well.
If you don't sell me on this, my Lara's not gonna show.
Alright. Who do you want me to kill?
I'm sure I could drag somebody in off the street, but if you want to keep it simple, explain it to me.
Maestro.
I have created a substance that once it is applied to a victim, whether that's topically or ingested, ingested tends to work better so it can permeate the bloodstream, but once it's applied to someone, or when they meet their demise, the bells still ring, but the crows are unable to locate them. It's something we figured we utilized with the whole Rorik situation. So obviously it was a lot easier to find his body because it was in the middle of the festival.
Not
But,
much of an example.
But I'm trying to think what else.
Well, it goes to show that there are. I mean, we've killed a few people at this point, and we haven't had our names connected to anything yet, as far as the officials go. If you want a listing of all of our dealings, that might be a different conversation.
I don't imagine you'd give it to me if I asked.
Not good for business, but it's always good to have references. If you needed one.
So this thing works.
Oh yeah. Dug my knife straight into a guy. Right in front of me. Heard the bell, no crows.
For some reason, I believe you.
I'm very trustworthy.
Logan snorts into his drink and covers it as a
Val's
cough.
face, I think, said it all.
Yeah. Bron, wherever Bron is, chokes on whatever they're
Whatever he's
drinking.
got in his hand. Oh. Alright. Snow sort of leans back in the chair a little bit. You see them like raise their hand and give kind of a signal to Martin, who is once again behind the bar. And you see Martin nod, make his way to a door that is behind the bar, knock a couple of times, and it opens, and Mylera walks around the bar, grabs a bottle of something from behind it, and then comes in, sits down at your table. She does not sit backwards in the chair. She's like the only one this week.
Jemma does stand, and as she sits down, will sit back down.
I don't trust her.
Jemma, you?
Hi, Lara. Good to see you again. This is my friend Logan.
Logan. Pleasure.
Gemma, we have to have a discussion about this. I was about to introduce myself as Spice.
Jemma
Oh,
keeps telling people your name.
Just keep giving us our real names, girl!
We have aliases for a reason.
If we're gonna be working with her, you know, it's good to have a
Do you really
trust
think
there.
Snow is this man's actual God-given name?
It isn't? You know what? If he doesn't,
He
want to
laughs
give
at
us name,
that.
that's
He
fine.
Snow thinks that's very funny.
How would they have known that he would have had white hair when he was a baby?
What if
Maybe
he was
I
born with
did,
it?
you
You
don't
don't
know.
know. See, you can't just go around judging people like that.
If Gemma's,
That's
if out of character, if Gemma's measurement for giving out our real names is we're going to be working with them, we
We're
really
fucked.
need to have a
It has
conversation.
been so far.
We're going to be working
You
with them. Let's
gave-
give them our
You
social
gave
security
a
number.
spirit medium my real name. A spirit medium that didn't even know
What?
my alias. She knew me by a fake alias.
Look, I'm not paying that close attention. Let's go.
And so your friends will suffer. So, Jemma, lovely to see you again, dear. Logan,
I you as well.
a pleasure. So, Snow tells me you're the real deal. She's kind of looking pointedly at Logan.
Yes, my colleagues are obviously extremely skilled and competent at what they do, but our particular flavor and going as unnoticed as we have is thanks to my work and my formula.
Yeah, an alchemist is a real asset around here.
Indeed, and perhaps something that we can discuss at further length.
Right. You want something from me? Obviously. Most people do. What is it?
It's more of, well, to be honest, it's more of a courtesy. Maybe a little bit of help towards you, where we're helping ourselves, I guess. I know you have a bit of a crow problem, and those lamplighters, they're not really making things easy for you, huh?
The day that Bazo Baz actually becomes a problem for me is the day I retire.
And
Oh,
we
so
would hate
you-
for you to retire prematurely.
No. Well, I mean, if it has you putting your feet up on a beach somewhere, I would love that. But, however, so you know about him grabbing power towards the crows, then. I'm sure you know everything that goes on down here.
I've heard some rumors here and there. People talk.
Well, I think it might be beneficial for you to have someone who's closer, that's a little bit easier to work with, if you know what I'm saying. We are looking to expand our horizons a bit.
I see. So, a fourth corner of Crowsfoot.
Well, honestly, it'd be more like assimilating one of the thirds.
Removing one of the rotted pillars and replacing it with a fresh, sturdy support.
And if
Even
we're
more
lucky,
interesting.
maybe even two. Now, I'm not one to gather and step on toes, especially with people I like and work with. So, obviously, we wanted to come to you first to see your thoughts, opinions on the ideas.
So let me get this straight. You come to me to let me know that you want to get rid of the crows and the lampblacks.
Well, if it means getting rid of bats, I'm all for it.
Bit pie in the sky, but, that's part of our 5-year plan, as it were. But for the more immediate future, we are looking to remove Basil Baz before he forces your untimely retirement.
Jemma, I didn't know your whole team was full of smooth talkers.
What can I say? I've trained him well.
With how much she talks, it's hard not to pick it up.
That's well put, that is well put.
I like you. I'm gonna have somebody roll.
It's gonna be me.
It can be you.
All right.
I'm gonna have you roll sway. I'm gonna give
Alright.
you a couple of bonus dice.
Cool.
Because Mylera knows what you did to Rorik. So you've
Mhm.
done this successfully once before. So one for that. And then one for the setup you guys have done here with Snow and Logan's alchemy.
Cooliosis. That's definitely a 6. Double
That's
6.
a crit.
That's 2 6s.
Mhm.
Critical.
That is a crit. She kind of sits, kind of tense her fingers, puts her elbows on the table, thinks for a long second, takes the bottle and a glass that she's pulled from the bar, pours some, let's say, like whiskey into it, and takes a drink, kind of throws it back. You know, I like it. Of course, the way we split up the districts, we'll have to come to an agreement on.
What?
The Sasha's been here much longer than you. No offense. So,
Of course.
I
Don't wanna
think we'll
step
be
on any
taking our
toes.
pick of a few. But I don't see why we couldn't carve out a little corner just for your crew.
Certainly a good starting point for future relationships.
Yeah, between you and me, I'd love to know Baz wasn't going to be breathing down my neck for the rest of my time here. And, Lissa's hot, but she don't know a thing about leading.
Well, that does make it hard to be a leader.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
glad that we could come to an arrangement.
so, what do you need from me?
Well, should I tell her our plan?
I think we would have discussed that, if we can get any dirt on Baz, because we do want to reduce public opinion, but we also need to get, some logistics of where we might find him, that he's vulnerable. And yeah, I think beyond that, it's figuring out, perhaps somewhere in those two things is figuring out how we can maybe sway any lamp blacks to join our cause afterwards. Because we do need people power.
Yeah,
We need
if
to get
she's
those
got
FTEs.
dirt, where he hangs out, any info dump on Baz that we could get if she's got
We
it.
also need to work a line into what's going to happen with like the rest of the people that are involved, because we were talking about like recruitment. Any information she has on people that might be willing to join us that we're not poaching from them.
Yeah, so they obviously have a better recruitment, they have a better onboarding process than we do, but figuring out again, taking the
equitable distribution of personnel, perhaps.
Yep. So if they get people who maybe don't want to join the Red Sashes but might be interested in more skullduggery, then point them our way, or else their option is to get run out of town.
Okay. Well, first off, I think that probably the smear campaign. I don't know why I keep saying it like that. The smear.
I want bagels. I want pasta, and I want bagels and schmear.
I had a
now.
bagel
Damn
for
it.
breakfast. I'm so sorry.
Maybe that's why.
A smear campaign on Baz. So if you have any dirt on him or anything that could get us more pointed in that direction. Also where he's the most vulnerable. Maybe where he lives or something like that, if you know.
Well, I know what neighborhood he resides in. He's not exactly quiet about owning one of the nicer houses in Crowsfoot. And, well, there is a rumor. You'd have to find whether it was actually true or not for yourselves, but, rumor has it that a lot of the Lampblacks are, not as pleased with Baz as they once were. Seems they're not being paid as much as initially promised, and the rumor is that he's got something else on the side. Something he's not telling them about, that a lot of that money is going to.
Like a secret society sort of thing. Or like a family that he has. Secret family.
I don't know.
Alright.
But yeah, I can point you to his home.
I appreciate it. I think if I do need to get in contact with you again, is there a way that I could do that?
Just let Martin know.
Alright.
He knows how to find me.
I think that I'm going to send something by to celebrate our mutual, our newfound companionship.
All right. Anything else I can do for you today?
depending on how this endeavor goes, or assuming it doesn't go completely to shit, we can discuss my services as an alchemist as well. But whether that's a matter for today or after we prove our worth again to you.
I'd like to see this invention of yours in action, so I'll keep an eye on your work.
All right. No promises, but initial idea is we use it on Baz and leaves the body somewhere discoverable but not immediately obvious, so that we can prove that, hey, the crows did not find it.
I like it. Alright then. Pleasure to meet you. Logan, Jemma, pleasure to see you again. If that's all, I have an appointment.
Of course. Thank you for your time.
I'll be in touch.
I hope so.
She takes the bottle and leaves you with Snow.
Jemma just suddenly watches her go. Subtly. Not suddenly.
Very suddenly.
That is a woman. Sorry, I didn't mean it like that.
Snow is like just staring at you.
But, well, you have a lovely evening. It was great to see you again. Shall we?
We shall. And then, sotto voce to Gemma. Are you sure you don't wish to go to the brothels? Seems like you've got something on your mind.
Well, it's just, she's very attractive. I'm not. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, you're not wrong, but that
I'm not
was.
like a horned up dog. Like, I need to get it out.
You sure?
I'm very sure. Thank you.
You were quite vocal about that.
Well, I'm just. Look, it's just because I find someone attractive doesn't mean I want to sleep with anyone.
Fair.
I can appreciate a thing of beauty without needing to touch it.
But isn't the experience generally better if you can get hands on?
Yeah, but like, obviously not in there anymore.
I was about to say, you guys have
Yeah.
left the bar at this point, I
Yes.
assume, and are not just
Yeah.
having this argument with Snow,
Yeah.
like, okay.
Well, yeah, obviously, but there is
Trapped
a
me at this
process of
table.
a process of romancing, and that part's fun too.
I don't want to push it anymore, but yeah, it seems like all that becomes rather difficult with our line of work.
Yeah.
Either we have to keep it completely separate, or find someone also in the business whom we trust.
Yeah, I had my wild days, but I think that I'm in for the long game now, so don't need to rush anything.
Some of the best concoctions do need a longer brew time.
Exactly. I've made my mistakes before, and I've learned from them. For
So
the
we
most
do-
part. This one specifically, I've learned.
Yes. But we do also need to work on your mistake of telling everyone our names.
What was that mistake? Aren't we going to be working with her?
Yes, but again, she doesn't need to know. She can call us Spice and Volpe just fine, and that does not affect how we work.
Right, but why does her knowing our names make any difference?
I was about to say, I don't know that any of us have any family in the city or anything, or like ways that it would immediately come back to bite us, but
But some of us are like wanted for crimes and have like
hiding
histories.
from our past lives
Yeah.
and
Well, I cannot speak for the others, but if my former business partner were to hear that a Logan is starting to become a big player in the criminal underworld, would either bring unwanted attention on me and by extension you and the others, or it would make it that much harder for me to get to him.
All right, fairly put. Code names it is. I didn't know any of my neighbors had a dog. I'm sorry. There's barking going on.
All right. So you guys head out. Okay. So next order of business, I suppose. Unless you guys want to get back together and discuss your conversation with the Red Sashes.
Probably just tell them about the secret society we should look into, or what his money is going into, sort of thing.
Yep. And so
Okay.
to focus our line of questioning when we go to lamplighter businesses.
Okay. So I guess next up, we're getting ready to split up again. Barbara and Jemma looking for a drug den of some kind, and Logan and Bron heading to one of the brothels. I don't think we have time to do an entire scene before we end. So I think we'll stop there so we don't go massively over. So thanks everybody for playing today. Thanks everybody in chat for hanging out with us today. Let's go ahead and do advancement. Okay, pull it up. Okay, so we'll do the crew first. So somebody go ahead and pull up the crew sheet. So you've got your crew XP trigger, which for y'all is what? A successful accident, disappearance, murder, or ransom operation. Working on it.
Not yet.
Setting it up. Did you contend with challenges above your current station? Higher tiers,
got
more dangerous
the-
opposition?
The leader of the Red Sashes to not only agree to meet with us, but agree to a potential
partnership.
ongoing arrangement.
Yes. I think a critical success for that one. Some smooth talking and double sixes. So yeah, that's one. I mean, you dealt with them twice. I'll say 2. We'll do 2 XP for that. It was kind of the whole session. Was contending with challenges. Okay, bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one.
Yep, tied into talking ourselves up to the Red Sashes.
Yes, ambitious is definitely happening. Okay, so mark an XP for that. Did you develop a new reputation?
I mean,
Sorta,
kinda.
maybe.
They didn't know that we had that technology and or
Yeah.
those skills
Yeah.
as far as alchemy goes.
Yeah, that's sort of putting you on your way there. I don't know what that reputation would be, but if you want to add to it, we could add a word to ambitious. But we can think about it. So yeah, we'll do another XP for that. Oh, express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew. Did anything happen that highlighted the elements that make your crew unique? Val, you're muted.
I was gonna say the arguing, all
Yeah.
the arguing,
All the arguing.
the betting on whether there was a Cross was a demon. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, for sure. We'll do one for that. I think that's everything. Yep, that's all of them.
Yeah. I guess it's just, how much do we argue for getting 2 XP for how much bickering and arguing there was?
That's true.
And I mean, there was also some talk of, the future goals and the drives of the group. It wasn't just the bickering.
That's true. That's true. You guys have kind of set up your next. Okay, well, I'll give 2 for that one too. You guys worked
so
really
that's-
hard.
Yeah, that is 6 total. So 3 to fill up to the next level, and then 3 more after that.
That's an advancement.
All right, what do we want to
What do you guys
upgrade,
want?
y'all?
We had time to talk about
boy.
it.
Anyone have any immediate thoughts on something they've been wanting?
Potentially either the vaults, so that we can actually hold more than just 4 coin as the crew, and because
Yeah, because we were talking about we need that, don't we, to
tier
be
up.
able to tier up. So we should do that.
Yeah, the only other thing I would maybe argue for is something with the cohorts that we can ensure that we hold on to Bulky's wild boys.
Oh yeah. I don't want to lose Bulky's boys, but we won't lose them until after we use them, right?
That's correct. You have them on standby for whatever this next score is.
Okay.
So
So we just
could
have to keep
stand
delaying the
between
job
them.
and just bickering so much. This is how we're going to game the system and get enough XP.
Yeah.
Um,
I guess, do we... should we wait till the others get back? Okay.
Yes.
Should we... I mean, if we don't tier up, if we don't do the vault now, it's not going to hurt us. We're just not going to be able to retain the reputation that we accumulate, right?
no.
Or is it rep or...
Yeah, it's rep. Sorry, I have something in my eye. It's reputation. It's rep. Once you fill up on rep, you just don't gain any more until you have empty slots.
If I may interject, I think perhaps we should go Volt this time because yes, we want to hold on to Bulky's boys, but I think we have another avenue to get Bulky's boys, which would be we could turn that into a long-term project situation.
Yeah, and as much as I want to keep Bulky's boys, if we do lose them, it's not the end of the world. But
Yeah.
I do.
I think-
don't
I
have
think we
Balky
can
hear
have
you
our
say
cake.
that.
I think we can have our cake and eat it too here. I think we will be able to use them for something, and then if that goes well, I think we could snag them for a long-term project. So I say we go Vault so we can keep expanding.
I agree.
all right.
Okay.
Checking vault and...
So
We just need to build under the ship.
yeah. So
Yep.
I'll start renovations.
this is. Okay. Pull the thing up here. Crew upgrades. Nope, that's cohorts. Crew upgrades. The vaults. Yeah, your layer has a secure vault, increasing your storage capacity for coin to 8. So you get those first extra 4. If you upgrade the vault again, it increases the capacity to the full 16, and it also lets you use part of your vault as a holding cell.
Okay.
So,
Prisoners!
yeah, the separate part of your vault can be used as a holding cell, so that's pretty cool.
Just doubt we'll ever use that. It's not like we've ever taken prisoners in any game we've ever played on this channel.
No, we either fake their deaths and send them off into the wilds, or we just fucking murk them. So, it's all good.
Oh, and you guys get stash too. Always forget about that. Oh, and you guys, so since you're taking an upgrade, you get a second one.
Oh, okay.
So this is why last time you guys got both the resolve and personal training. So you either
Yes.
get one special ability or
Right.
2
okay.
upgrades. So you can get one more upgrade.
Do we just fully upgrade the vault? Or do we get Bulky's boys with the second upgrade?
What would we have to do? Add for that one a.
They would be our cohort.
Yes. Sorry, I'm double checking something.
It says upgrade costs new cohort 2.
Yeah, I don't fully understand how to use the cohort section of the crew sheet.
I don't either. Okay. That's factions.
Because isn't there a
Great.
separate sheet for cohorts?
Or, well, okay, so it says upgrade costs 2 and add type 2. So I think we would have to spend both upgrade points.
I think
To get
that's
a new
correct.
cohort. Okay.
Let me see.
So-
The
And if we want to
profits.
add additional types to that cohort, it's another 2.
Yes, yeah. So to get a cohort, you would have to spend both of your upgrades.
What are some of the other benefits of like? Okay, so the things that are at like if we want to upgrade our layer, there. Oh, I need to check that. I was checking because there are additional options like quarters, secure, workshop.
Yeah, I mean, I may be shooting myself in the foot here, but we've kind of been operating as if we have a workshop already, at least with some of my roles.
Yeah,
So I don't know
we've
what.
also
so
been
with
kind of operating like
the-
we have rooms on the ship too, but it hasn't been mechanically relevant.
No, yeah. So with the workshop, essentially, it would be workshop upgrades, and it allows you to create better stuff, higher tier stuff. Like, so the base tier that you would be starting at when making stuff would be higher.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of assumed that you have like a basic workshop,
Mm-hmm.
and then you upgrade it over time. Go back to the upgrades section so I could give you guys more information.
Or we upgrade our layer to make it hidden, as we are
Yeah,
about to
that's
start
another one
pissing
I'm
some
looking
people
at.
off.
Yeah. And so for hidden, it's
That's a thought.
secret location and is disguised to hide it from view. If your layer is discovered, use 2 downtime activities and pay coin equal to your tier, which is currently 0, to relocate it and hide it once again.
So I kind of like the idea of we're about to go after these people. Right now, our boat is just like sitting at
Sorry,
the docks
guys.
there. Yeah, that anybody could come in and just like set the thing on fire.
Yeah.
So like maybe we upgrade the layer so that it's hidden. Maybe we find a new place in the docks to keep it, or some place that we are.
Yeah, I like that.
Would we have
Yeah.
to spend both upgrades to hide it, or could we do
No,
vault
just
hidden?
It's just one to get it hidden.
I say do vault
Because we're
hidden,
not gonna benefit from the second vault just yet until our coin reaches the point where we need that second.
Yeah.
So I think we can wait until our next one to do that.
That makes sense.
Yeah. All right, so hidden.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you add a vault, so you've upped your storage capacity to 8, and your layer has a secret location and is disguised to hide it from view. So we're gonna have to talk about both of those things, which we're coming to the end of our time here, but there is the sort of implication with all these upgrades that you do have to go to somebody to get them.
Okay.
Especially and if you're dealing with like a hidden layer or something, like you guys are gonna have to find a spot for it. But you've got a week to think about it, or to not think about it, and we can just talk it out at the beginning of next session. Either way.
Yep.
So yeah, take those. Let's do. Oh, let me. You guys get stash when you advance the crew, equal to the crew tier plus 2, so 2.
Cool.
To represent
Okay.
profits generated by the crew as they've been operating. Alright, so everybody mark 2 stash. Let's do player advancement real quick.
Oh, we as individuals get stash too?
Yeah.
Like
I
the
think
crew
only
gets stash
individuals
and...
have stash.
Yeah, only individuals have stash.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, each time the crew advances, each PC gets stash equal to the crew tier plus 2. So you guys have 2 right now.
Sweet.
So you can add 2 to your stash. For individuals, nobody made a desperate action. Good job.
Yep.
So everybody's got their playbook specific trigger.
I mean, I imagine talking up my skills as an alchemist would be addressing problems with technical skill.
Mhm.
I didn't get to punch nobody today. I'm sad.
All right. You express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
Oh yeah, I'd say that got accomplished by just about
Yeah, I think
everybody.
everybody did that one. You guys are good at that one.
Multiple times, even.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. Have 2 for that.
Yeah.
You struggled with issues from your vice or trauma.
Does our relationship count as trauma?
No, this is
Or
your
Jemma.
specific trauma
Oh,
tags.
Which only I have, I think, currently,
Mhm.
but no issues with that.
Oh wait, I did spend a lot of money.
Did it cause you
So that would be-
issues, though?
It made me lose coin.
gave her
Indulging
a lot
your
of
vice
shit for
doesn't
it.
count as indulging it doesn't count as struggling with it unless you overindulge. So, if you spent all that money and then didn't have money for like important stuff, maybe.
That's true.
That's it. That's all of them. Alrighty,
All right.
we've done it. Basically, right on
We
time.
did the thing.
So next time we'll talk about where you're moving the boat to, or what you're doing to hide the boat, and how you get a vault installed. And then we'll do a bunch of shenanigans with brothels and drugs, and maybe some murder,
Yeah.
depending on how long those take. So yeah, very excited.
As a treat?
It's a little murder as a treat. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us today and watching our little show here. I had a great time, as always, and I hope you did too. You can follow all these folks on social media, and their Twitter handles are right there below their faces. They're also in the Twitch chat. But you can follow us on Twitter, where we tweet about all our shows when we go live. And you can subscribe to us on YouTube if you want to watch past episodes that are no longer on VOD. They're all on the YouTube channel. It's the same as here, youtube.com/game nights, game with 2 G's and nights with a K. And you can also join us on a Discord, where we love to have you. And we talk about all sorts of stuff, both game related and not. So come hang out with us. Anything anybody wants to plug before we go away? Other than that, most of us are going to be
Go
on LB's
watch
channel tonight.
everyone but me over on LB's channel in a few hours.
8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on twitch.tv/LBHack'emUp. Myself and Alex and Val will be there playing D&D.
Yep. Sid's gonna be too busy eating carbonara
Sid's
to join
gonna
us.
be too busy.
Oh my
eating
god,
pasta.
y'all! There will be noodles eaten this
Gonna
evening.
have
I
to get some
tell you
goddamn
what.
noodles.
Now I know what we're ordering.
We'll see. I kind of also want pizza because Alex was talking about pizza earlier.
Yep, I have to eat pizza.
I got a chicken
Alex
pot
has
pie
a
from this.
mandatory pizza dinner.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in that case, thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll be back for this in 1 week's time. You can join us tomorrow night for some Dungeons and Dragons. And then I think we might be taking Tuesday off. I know we said something different at the beginning of the stream, but I think it has come to light that we might have some scheduling conflicts. So we'll see. If something happens Tuesday, that's a great reason to follow us on Twitter, because we tweet about when we're doing stuff. So do that. But otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow. We'll be back for more Blades in the Dark next Sunday. But until then, good game and good night, Internet.